Sweet. I believe we are now live, coming at you live from across the US. What's going on, everybody? My name is Enrique here from Novation, again with our five field trainers and product specialists from across the US. We're doing this again like we were doing a couple of weeks ago, where basically we're just creating a sound pack of sounds, sending it to everybody, and without listening to them too much, just try to make a song with them or an idea, I guess, on the spot. These sounds came from, what was it, Casey? Like a new free sound pack thing?
Yeah, so if I don't know how many of you out there were paying attention to electronic music media over the weekend, but turns out that the U.S. Library of Congress they have royalty free music in their library that spans over the past 100 years. One cool thing that they've been doing is that they actually have a really cool front end called Citizen DJ that's geared towards hip hop minded producers actually going in there and being able to pull out useful royalty free samples. And how the whole website's set up is really cool. It's a 4-track or 8-track step sequencer and with like some cool hip hop grooves in there, and it just screamed to be some of those samples to be pulled out and flipped into circuit. So everything that you're going to hear in this session comes from the U.S. Congress, the U.S. Library of Congress samples. So if you just Google like Citizen DJ, I'm sure you'll find it. Over the weekend, I stumbled across it and like got lost for an hour or two. Hit up Enrique about it, and he got lost for a minute. And then by Monday, everybody was talking about it. So we're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and just jump in and see what we can do.
And Cody, you were the one who put the pack together, right?
Yeah, I ended up going through and finding some good samples out of it. There's all kinds of craziness inside of those folders. So
yeah, I got with Cody like at the beginning. What was it? Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, where we jumped on and we went through a couple of things, and we're like, all right, cool. We found like it's kind of split up into like vocal categories,
right?
Vocal categories, snippets from interviews, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we kind of targeted what we wanted to go, and he was cool enough to go through and pull them out and chop them up in Ableton Live and make it pop for us. So here we are.
Cool. All right. Well, at the end of this, Cody, I want to ask you a little bit about like what your processing was to get it from there into circuit, but we should probably get into some music. And I believe Evan from Chicago is up first. So take it away, man.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's get the circuit here. All righty. So let's do a blank session. Starting from scratch. Okay, let's do metronome. All right. What do I want to do this week? Let's do housey stuff. Swing up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's double the length of that pattern. All right. Let's try something else out. Turn the reverb up on that. I think I like the first one better. Oh, getting out of hand here. Get rid of that. I don't know. A little something, something.
Leave it on a high note.
There you
Smart.
go.
Right.
We lost you a little bit through there. You froze up, but then you came back and there was just beats going on. And we're like, all right, cool.
Oh,
It
really?
paused, and then you came back at like 300 BPM for like 5 seconds, and then it was back
Right.
on.
Sorry about that.
No, that was really good. I actually really like that sample chop you did. It reminds me of a lot of the kind of like that early 90s, actually more like late 90s sample-y house.
Sounds like
Yeah.
you're ready for like a summer groove. So
Yeah, that was good. Damn. So who's up next after that one?
John?
Yeah, it was John.
What's going on, guys?
John from Brooklyn.
Let me, I got to pin myself up here so you can see me. All right. Circuit's on. Oh, let me flip this camera. See what's going on. There we go. All right. All right, cool. So let's get a blank session going here. I think we got something. I'm going to start out with some hi-hats as well. Let's take a look at what we have for that. Whoop. It's cool. I'm going to tune that up a little bit, because why not? Do the usual hats here. I'm going to slow that down. Going to go even a little bit slower than last time. Take this down to about 85. Right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. We're going to go with 2 bars right off the bat. I'm going to do that for the drum 1 and 2, and the synth, just in case we end up hitting that later. Let's see what else we got going on here. So that should be our hi-hats. Cool. So I'm gonna actually play the drums in this time around. See what we got. Cool. Use that kick, and what else we got? Cool. Let's try that out. All right. Let's go take a look at some samples. We got two tracks left over here, because we are only using drum 1 and 3 right now. So let's hit up drum 2, see what we got. I like that one. Let's try that. Kind of basic. We'll start with that. Let's see what we can go on 4. Maybe some vocals. Just some...
I believe the music is begging to be made. I believe the music is begging to be made. I believe the music is begging to be made.
We have to have teams.
All right, here we go.
We have to have teams. 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 We have to have teams.
All right. Let's get a little bit more going on that other part from drum 2. I'm going to go to patterns.
We have to
Let's
have
duplicate this
teams.
down here. And then
We
this
have
here.
to have teams. We have to have
All
teams.
right.
We have to have teams. We have to have teams.
Cool. Let's play something here.
We have to have teams. We have to have teams. We have to have
A little
teams.
bass.
We have to have teams. We have to have teams. We have to have teams.
All right, there we go. How's that?
Dude, John, every week, man.
Ridiculous.
You just come in so hot. I seriously wish you could see. I'm sure you're focused on making the beat, but all of our faces the whole time are just like, what the hell is going on?
When the bass line came in, it was like, all right, bro, what's really happening here? This is
Yeah, I was like,
Right.
that's a wrap.
That's actually
live
just the
stream
straight
you-
up scale mode. I C minor happened to work, so that's probably Cody
Dude.
helping me out.
Yeah, that live stream you do on your Facebook where you're just playing a guitar and singing, that's all a front. I don't believe that.
I
Right.
think those producer
I
for
get
like some trap heads.
Right.
All right, I'll
Who's
until
letting
I
myself.
guess it's let's see.
Oh, it's you,
My
Ricky,
turn
right?
now?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
you.
All right, let's do it. Switch over to this. I'm at 124. Kind of wanted to do something housey. Evan kind of gave me a little bit of an idea of what I wanted to do, and I got the classic airport sounds. That's not a sample from the sample pack. Let's see.
Where you have to have teams.
All right, that's the one I really like. So I'm gonna just go and put that here, here. Whoa, way too intense. I'll do that, click that here. Yeah, all right, that's kind of what I wanted. So I want to. All right, so let's find the kick. That'll work. Sure.
Where you have to have teams.
Where my hi-hats at? Just record some decay in there. Little. Switch that to 4 on the floor. Add a little drum fill. Some swing on there. Let's just throw something in random. Oh my God, let's not throw something in random. I'll leave it at that on the high note.
Nice work.
Okay.
Nice work. Classic Enrique.
Very nice.
Especially for doing this 2 seconds before we went live.
Yeah. I think I'm up next because Cody made the pack, so he's going last. So I guess it's my turn now. Let's see. Don't know where the cam is. There you
Uh-oh, there it is.
All right, there we go.
Boom.
Now we're rocking. All right, let's see what we got here. picking some samples.
This will be Casey from Miami.
Kind of don't even know what's in here, so. No, that might be the one.
Wow, those are dope.
Those are super slow, so I'm gonna have to slow this down. So I don't know. Let's try that. See where that comes up. So velocity. Keep that there. Put that there. First. I think that should be it. Okay.
There it is.
Coming in hot. Damn.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah,
I
nice.
think that's it.
I can even hear when you started laughing. You're like, "Oh, okay, now we're on to something."
Locked
Dude,
in
these
there in a minute.
samples are crazy. The samples
Right.
are really good.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot of stuff.
the amazing thing is that like they're all royalty free. So even if there's like some heat in here, we can literally like finish the track and go out and let them go because royalty free. So for you guys out there, don't forget Library of Congress, Citizen DJ.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the description when this video gets re-uploaded again later for sure.
Cool.
Cody, the guy who put the pack together, always goes last.
All right. Let's see.
Hailing
let me
in
switch
from
over.
Hollywood.
All right.
Actually, I don't even know if you're still in Hollywood.
No, I'm down in Long Beach nowadays.
Oh,
so,
damn. Dope.
yeah, man.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's a lot more cooler down by the beach.
Yeah.
All
It's
right,
hot up
let's see
here.
what we got going here. I'm just gonna get a little hi-hat metronome going. Let's duplicate over.
Cody, I think you might be a little quiet.
A little quiet. How's that?
You're going in and out. Now you're good, but there's something going on over there. Like when you're
Oh, yeah. It's like a noise reduction or something.
Oh yeah, I just switched computers over, so I might just have that running. Let me kill my mic.
It's actually better with your mic on, I think. But that actually works now.
Cool, something like that.
Oh yeah.
All right, Gucci
Dope,
Cody.
man. Actually, let's see. I have we have a couple people asking about the sample pack. Now I'm gonna just link it into the there it is. It's called Citizen DJ. I just sent a link into the chat right now for Derek that you're asking, but I'll also put a link for it later if you can't see the chat for whatever reason in the description of the live stream. So Cody, when you took these samples, what processing did you do any processing, or did you just like put them in Ableton, or literally just drag and drop them onto the circuit?
Yeah, so usually when I cut up samples for packs, I'll do Ableton because I like to use the consolidate feature, and that kind of makes a folder for me. So what I'll do is I'll drag things into tracks, and then I'll start to chop them down and cut them up a little bit, and then like take the tails off of things to make them shorter. And then also I like the repitch feature on the sample, so that way you can shorten up the sample. It repitches up as you shorten it, so that way when you transpose it back down, like some of these. And then you get that really like slow lo-fi kind of hip hop vibe. So that's a cool trick you can do in Ableton as well. And then once you consolidate all of them, it just makes a folder for you to just drag and drop into components, basically.
Right, and the consolidate you're talking about when you hit the Command J or Apple J, right? And then it
Yeah,
just
exactly.
takes that section and creates a new sample like automatically
Totally,
in the
yeah,
project folder
exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Cool,
definitely.
that's
And it's a
cool.
cool way to make new sample folders for yourself as well, too. You can use it for other tricks like that.
Huh, that's good to know because I was doing the freeze and flatten, but it's like 2 steps, and then it always adds like a weird chunk at the end, and then I have to go and like
Right.
sift through all of that in the folder. So the consolidate one's actually perfect. Huh, that's good to know.
Yeah, the
That's
cool thing is
cool.
you can drag a bunch of stuff in at one time onto one track and just jump through them, work on the tails, the envelopes, make sure they don't pop and click, play them through a little bit, just Apple J and then so you're done there. Control J. I forget what the
Yeah,
Apple
Command
J.
J.
Command J, Apple J. I don't know how
Yeah,
to
and
name
usually what I'll
Apple.
do is I'll consolidate in sections. So do the drums first, and then I'll consolidate all the drums, and then I can put all of those in one folder. And so the next consolidation I can just put into the next folder for loops or one shots.
Yeah, that's cool. That's super cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out for sure. That's awesome. Yeah, and then yeah, you just drag and drop any wave or MP3 on circuit, and you're pretty much good to go. Well, cool, sweet. I think those are some decent tracks. I'm definitely gonna go through all those samples now on there because it's one of those things. Because like I used to do the archive.org or whatever it was, where they have a ton of other free samples and whatnot, but it was always such a hunt for finding anything. Like you would turn something on and it would just be like white noise, and then you would just hear like and it was like some historic speed.
And you're like, oh, that's interesting. And then there's another couple of buttons onto the bottom. You can hear what the whole thing sounds like. And then you can say, okay, I want to remix this. And then it drops it into, 8-step sequencers with various chops from that clip you picked. And then aside from that, it puts it with, it's got a couple of drum machines in there as well that you can kind of get a feel of like what you want to sound like. That's the part that like really bugged me out. Like there's MPC 60 like drum loops, SP 1200s, Lin drums. It's pretty wild.
Oh, that's so cool. Damn. Well, yeah, like I said earlier and right now, I'll be linking that down in the description. I also just put it in the chat in case you're curious about it. Definitely go check it out. It's free. Awesome, cool, fun stuff. But yeah, I think that's us. And thanks for tuning in. Again, Enrique from LA, Cody from LA, Casey from Florida, Evan from Chicago, and John from Brooklyn, the
Miami.
hidden underground hip hop producer. So we'll catch y'all soon. Peace. Have a great day.